Hey everyone, this is DW's Darius and welcome to another day in the fish room. Today I want to give you guys a look at one of the amazing things that happen every day in this 40-gallon reef aquarium, and that is the waking up of my corals. So the lights just came on 10 minutes ago and this tank is just sleeping. The corals are asleep. The fish, they wake up a little bit faster than the corals, but this tank is about to undergo a huge transformation. And this thing happens every day. The corals wake up, the tank fills in, colors pop, and it's just an amazing transformation. So I'm just going to give you guys some looks at how the tank looks when it just wakes up, and then I'm going to come back a couple hours later to show you guys how this tank looks when it's fully awakened. Okay everyone, so it's been a couple of hours and now this tank is fully woke. So I want to give you guys some close-ups on the corals and let you see some of the differences between when they're first waking up and when they're fully awakened. So now you see the transformation that this tank makes every day. The corals, they double, some of them triple in size, everything starts moving a lot more, and this tank just comes fully alive, and that's one of the reasons why I love this aquarium. On top of that, this tank is a lot easier than when I first got into saltwater tanks. I was expecting it to be a huge challenge. Now that I got everything under control, now that I know how saltwater works, this is definitely easy. I'm not using a lot of equipment, just at Aqua Clear 75 for filtration. I have two high door circulation pumps. I have my heater back there, my little DIY refugiums, and that is all that I'm using, and the light to keep this tank up and running. And you can see it's thriving. I have these yellow polyps just spreading everywhere. On this rock, they're not as big, and that's because this rock is gets a lot of traffic from the hermit crabs, so that's why they're not as big as the rest. But that devil's hand leopard coral, that thing is about 7 inches in length, so that's doing awesome. This green star polyp, I have it on a magnetic rock back there, and as you can see, it's starting to grow on the glass, so that's going to be awesome when it starts to cover. I'm going to have a 3D background of green star polyps. Very beautiful coral. Also have another variety of green star polyps over here. This one is a lot more lighter, next to my Duncan coral, which is also a favorite. I bought this coral one head. Now it has over 20 heads. This coral is one of the corals that you could feed live shrimp, fish, and it's just awesome to see how this coral responds. Up here I have SPS corals. I have a red Montipora and a green Montipora. If I show you from the top view, I'll show you that later on, but they're getting pretty big. I bought them, again, 1 inch. All these corals that I have, I bought them as frags, and they're all a decent size. I have this trumpet coral right there in the middle. Right there, that little orange next to the shell. Right there, that's a Montipora digitata. I have my little Zoa garden. If I turn off the white lights, you can see I get some real nice colors coming off this one rock right here. So just a very enjoyable setup, and once again, it's not hard. Down here I have my little anemones gathered. This is a mini carpet anemone, always looking good. This is another creature in this tank that loves to eat directly, so I spot feed this guy. Same thing with this one. This is a rock flower anemone. Over here is another rock flower anemone. Back there I have those mushroom corals starting to do nicely up here. And you can see with this one also that in the beginning of the video, these things were shriveled up, very tiny, and now they're about, the biggest are about 3 inches in diameter. Over here I have a galaxia coral. This is a little bit more intense than when I first woke it up. It's not fully happy because if I put it in the air, it wants more flow, it wants more light. If I do give it more flow and more light, it will become more aggressive. So I gotta compromise and give him a little bit less than what he actually wants. Over here I have the Euphila corals, my frog spawn over here doing awesome. 2 pieces of hammer coral. That's a side view of the devil's hand leather coral. Just everything doing awesome in this tank. One of the best views of this aquarium is from above. I love the water movement and the colors of the coral, the different shapes. It's just a whole nother perspective of this reef aquarium. But right now I'm going to turn off the power and let you guys get a better look at my SPS and just some of the other corals I have growing. So, okay, so look at the Montipora coral. I bought it and it's still, the frag plug is actually still connected. It was just that little section right there, about 1 inch of that was the original piece, and you can see how it started to curl around. I added this green one, and now they're starting to do a little lock-in. They were fighting a little bit, but not too much to be worried about, and it looks really awesome. That's a better look at my Zoa garden. You can see the nice bright neon colors. Got don't know the names of any of them, but as far as colors, got a nice mix of color. Another look at the green star polyps, the Duncan coral. My other green star polyps, the different variety, the devil's hand leather coral. When I bought this thing, it was 1 inch, and now 7 inches in diameter. Each of these individual heads can be broken off, turned into different individual corals. Down there, the Euphila. All these yellow polyps, which are just growing like crazy. This stuff grows like weeds. I have these button polyps. SPS, my Cheeto algae. Now I just have this stuff, and both of them doing awesome. So, and then back there I have some more yellow polyps trying to take over. If I could get a nice field of yellow polyps, that would be awesome. As far as fish, I still have my clownfish rocking. I have a common Ocellaris, and then I have a snowflake up here, always begging for food. I have 2 cardinal fish, pajama cardinals, that's the name of them. I have 1 red stoplight cardinal. This fish is just, he's right there. He just stuck his face away, but this fish hides a lot. He's the fish that's been eating my shrimp, but he looks really awesome. If I ever want shrimp again, I gotta give it a home. And then that blenny that I unboxed a couple of weeks ago, I came and I found him on the floor. So he managed to escape from my little wire net, and I'm gonna have to try to find another replacement for him. But yeah, that's a look at this 40-gallon reef aquarium. Extremely easy to take care of, and obviously very beautiful, very active, tons of excitement from this tank, and that same transformation.